Hello. It's been a while. I've been busy. I've been kicking my life's ass, and it's turning out pretty damn well. Basically, my life is a herd of cats, and I've been on a cattle drive. Anyway, I've been thinking a lot about men and women. Anyone who reads the news has heard about the hashtag #MeToo movement, the Women's March, Feminism 3.0, all that shit. CEOs are getting taken for all they got for something that may or may not have happened 2 decades ago. 'Cause, believe the women's and such. Nobody is safe out there. Best to go MGTOW while you still have anything left. Hide your money and avert your eyes. They're coming for you. But that's not really why I'm here on YouTube again. I've been trying to figure out women on a normal people level. Not the militant feminist or money-seeking attention whore kind of level. The standard female model X1287A with the 3/8 inch pot holder attachment. What is she doing today? She's waking up early to get the kids ready for school. She carts them off to the bus stop after hair brushed, combed, breakfast loaded in the pie hole. No, you can't take the candy bowl on the bus, young man. Clean clothes, foreheads kissed, get out. I love you. Now what does she do, assuming she doesn't have to go to work because that asshole went to go get cigarettes one day and never came back? She has the list. Go get groceries, go look at clothes for the kids, go get new shoes for Joey because she saw the left one had a hole in it, and she will not be one of those mothers sending her kid to school with holes in his shoes. Then she comes home to try out the new cookie recipe the Women's Bridge Club suggested. The one without gluten, because she saw on the internet gluten makes her kids' colon leak out or something. I should probably just cut out gluten altogether, she thinks. As she's doing the cookie thing, she's also cleaning the bathroom for the 3rd time since lunch yesterday. Vacuuming the floor, doing laundry, sweeping the floor, watering the plants, changing the dog and cat's food and water, making the bed, making the kids' beds, picking up the kids' clothes, taking out the trash. Basically a very full day cleaning procedure. She does this every day. Finally, when everything is perfect and the cookies are baked, she folds the laundry, puts on some incense, maybe watches her show or starts the book she needs to read. In an hour, she has an appointment with the dog dentist or whatever. Then she fits in a quick something else right before the kids get home. Then she has to take all the kids to each of their activities one by one. I could go on, but you can see that this is a very full day. Lots and lots of busy work. And make no mistake, it is a lot of work. But honestly, it doesn't really have to be. Now, I'm a man. I would not do my life this way. I can see there is a very big difference between males and females. Is there something fundamental? Is there a single issue we can identify that differentiates the sexes? I honestly think there is. And no, I don't believe I came from Mars. I think it's something in the mind. But why does it matter? Understanding basic motivations allows us to not simply get pissed off at the face value of things. Men and women clash. This is well known. Why do they clash? Constantly. What is it that makes men and women so incompatible? Well, let's begin with this. I realize this is one of those things that has plagued the self-help section of most bookstores. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus type books are everywhere. What do I bring to the table of this discussion? Well, I'm approaching the question from the position that males and females are both the same and different. Both are human. Both have the same basic needs, etc. But something gets in the way. We are the same. But there is something on top of this sameness that's different and ultimately is the source of conflict. In the uterus, we all start on the female side, and then the Y chromosome causes further development. We are the same, but the development causes fundamental changes. Males are fueled by testosterone, women are not. We are both driven by our particular sex hormones in many different ways, and our minds are fundamentally transformed throughout our childhoods. Moving on, our behaviors fundamentally match what our hormones did to us as we developed. You do have males acting like stereotypical females. Homosexuals and transsexuals tend to act like females or males regardless of biology. But what gives? Why the conflict? What is the conflict? What is this fundamental difference that gets in the way of what makes us the same? The conflict is fundamental to the respective base motivations. I'll describe the base motivations for each as I see them, then move on to how these cause the conflict. I would characterize the male motivation as progress and pride. I would characterize the female motivation as satisfaction and nesting. Here's the scenario. I'll use myself. My house looks like shit. I'm covered in rust residue from grinding, and my hands are stained with oil from working. I'm too damn tired to take a shower, so I wash my hands and fall into bed and pass out. I get up. I drink a beer and get back to work. My yard is a bit overgrown and I got dirty dishes in the sink. I gotta go to work tonight, so on a break I start a load of laundry. I'll start the dryer when I take a shower right before work. I will not fold them. Why bother? Just dry them again and the wrinkles will come out if I care about that. Anyway, I go back to the project in the driveway. 2 weeks later, I drop the hood of my 1969 Chevelle SS restoration project and take that bitch for a fucking test drive. It started right up and I'm setting off the neighbor's car alarms with that fucking titanium exhaust. Damn right, I did that. Fuck yeah. I get back and park my new family member in the driveway. I get my tools together, clean off the rust, and lightly oil them, and put them away. I get the lawnmower out and mow this stupid lawn to shut the neighbor lady up. I go in and sweep up all the filth off the floor, do the dishes, take out the trash, etc., till the place looks mostly decent. Take a shower, then sit my ass on my couch after opening the blinds so that I can take in the true blue beauty in the driveway during the commercials. Crack a beer and watch the game until I pass out. I pretty much don't do a whole lot other than work until I have a new project. The cycle eventually continues. In this scenario, I don't give a damn what my house looks like. If I dirty my sheets, I'll clean them later. I'm busy. In the middle of a project, nothing else really matters. I'll do it later unless it really needs doing. Something fundamental is on display here. What am I doing? I'm trying to accomplish something important. I'm making progress. Sometimes it's slow and nobody can tell. Sometimes it's quick and anyone can tell. But I'm doing something and I'm going to be goddamn proud of my work. I'll be showing that bitch off when I'm done. That's all that matters to me till it's done. The laundry can fucking wait. What matters gets attention. For women, it's very different. Women try to match their environment to themselves. Men adapt to their environment. When something changes in the environment, women incorporate this change into their ideal picture. When something changes in the environment, men generally ignore it until they have to get to it. The fundamental issue that I believe explains the difference here is the respective motivations. Women are motivated to make their environment match themselves. I call this satisfaction and nesting. Men are motivated to build or accomplish a task they feel is important to themselves or someone else and achieve a level of pride in their work. I call this progress and pride, to give it a label. So we've given labels to things. Now, why the conflict when these two sexes cohabitate? Well, we have to realize that when the respective motivations interact, the opposing motivations require them to mesh or eventually conflict. Women expect the men to assist them in their goals of satisfaction. Men expect the women to not interfere with his attempt to progress. This is fundamental to the conflict and presents the core of the problem. We all know how women are. They nag, they hassle, they gripe, they honey-do list us to death until we comply. Women know how men are. We're lazy, we don't help out, we don't do what needs to be done, we are always prioritizing stupid projects over the kids or the housework, and I have to do everything myself, she thinks to herself. The truth is, both parties are trying to achieve an ideal in their own minds. But the conflict causes both to see the other party as a problem to achieving their ideal. The woman wants a clean and tidy home which matches herself. The man wants either to be switched off or doing something worth doing. The woman wants to stay busy because there's always something to do. The man wants to not stay busy at all. The man wants to put all his focus and effort into a particular project because it needs doing. And then, when he's satisfied, he wants to fucking stop. The woman sees life as a hamster wheel. The man sees life as a series of drag race tracks with a definite endpoint to each. I hope I've set this up well enough to move forward. Now, neither party is wrong or bad. There is wrong and bad on both sides. The bad, the woman would see the man as selfish and lazy. The man would see the woman as unnecessarily busy and self-absorbed. The good, the woman is dependent on the man to fix or move things forward because she is too busy making things the same. The man is assisted by the woman in making life comfortable and clean. Now, these are admittedly oversimplifications. The point, though, is that there are good and bad on both sides depending on what motivates you. I recall a news story describing the lack of housework men do in the current equality era. The story described women bitching about how their men still didn't pitch in enough. The men interviewed described that they did pitch in enough, in their opinion, but they do things as they need to be done. This is a fairly good summary of the problem. Both sides can make their other miserable and furious as the respective motivations clash. So what's the point here? It's important to understand why there is a conflict. Women need to stop expecting men to be motivated by the woman's motivation. Men need to understand what women are really doing when they constantly nag them to death. However, you notice that men generally don't nag the woman to do things. You notice it's generally only the women trying to force the man to do things, and not the other way around. What's interesting is that conflict seems to be coming from one side. But what is really going on here? What are women really wanting? They are wanting the man to be motivated to achieve satisfaction rather than progress. They want the man to be seeking satisfaction and nesting, or to at least make her priorities his priorities. The man does not have a reciprocal desire. The man is not trying to get the woman to seek what he is seeking. A long time ago, women had their place and men had their place, and this was reinforced in public. Now, women are freed from most of the labors that took up their time, and they are given the public perception as the leader of the family unit. But, although most of their labors are mostly gone, they are still seeking the same nesting and satisfaction motive. Men, in the same way, no longer have back-breaking inefficient work, but we have power tools and tool stores close by, making our projects easier and faster. We have a stable marketplace, making our goals of financial achievement possible. We have many things that make our lives very, very easy compared to long ago, but the motivations remain, and they conflict in new ways. Women now try to force men to prioritize a clean house, something which used to be exclusively her role. Women now try to force men to deprioritize long work hours to spend time with her or the kids. The man is trying to build a financial machine, but she wants him home more to help. Obviously, the conflict here is one-sided. Is there a solution? Well, if both sides understand what the other is seeking, they can communicate this. Women can stop trying to force the man to be her. He doesn't give a damn about her priorities. He has his own, and he won't force her to be him. What women can do is recognize that if she wants her environment to match herself, she must make that her exclusive project. But this will not happen, of course. Women are queens. Men are their dogs or pack mules. Men are women's property now. This is the state of affairs. A strong, independent woman is not worth the hassle, unless her dog has her priorities of satisfaction and nesting. Most men do not have this. Conflict will constantly ensue as long as the man is not fully in charge of the family unit. In this day and age of female liberation and dominance, what exactly is the benefit of marriage and cohabitation? None. There is absolutely no benefit for the man. Marrying a woman means she now owns a dog whom she expects to heel. This is clear in our societal expectations. Men are clearly expected to treat their women like queens and princesses. I've never heard it stated that women are to treat their men like kings. I've heard it said women are supposed to take care of their men, like how they take care of their children. But are women expected to ever elevate their men? No. They are expected to expect their men to elevate them. Men are expected to do as they're told. Women are expected to do the telling. The standards have flipped. Men are no longer kings. Men are women's dogs. We play fetch, roll over, and beg. Do as we're told. This is the life of men on the plantation. Taking a woman into your life is to appoint a monarch to rule over you. Recognize that MGTOW retain their self-allegiance. Men are born to rule, to build, to conquer, to explore, to grow. You cannot do what you were born to do if a queen rules your life. Go MGTOW and retain your sovereignty. Do what you were born to do. Thanks for listening.